The Nintendo Switch. So, the Nintendo Switch. At this point, the Nintendo Switch, I believe, has outsold even the DS's out of things. The Nintendo Switch is a very, very popular system. In fact, it's so popular that it is Nintendo's best-selling console so far. At this point, it might even outsell the PlayStation 2 if it hasn't already. But do you think that Nintendo is going a bit overboard with the Switch and has a little too much faith in it? Well, that's what we're gonna be talking about in this video. So, the Nintendo Switch is a console that's been around for a long time. Yes, it has been around since 2017. Wow, really? It's been around that long? I feel old right now. But yes, the Nintendo Switch has been around apparently since, the beginning of 2017. Which means at this point, the Nintendo Switch is probably close to its, end of its life cycle. However, I think I should probably talk more about the Switch and how Nintendo is handling it and all of that and what I think about it. So I want to clarify that I don't mind the Switch. I don't think the Switch is the most amazing console. I think if you compare it to the Wii U and the Nintendo's past consoles, it's not as good for me. But I mean, again, I haven't played a lot of the games, so I can't really say that 100%. But I can compare the menu and and what they offer for all that stuff compared to the Wii U and 3DS and all that. But I will say though, it is pretty comfortable to hold and all that. It is comfortable and I mean, you also got, the games, some of the games I have played are pretty good. But I want to talk about, the fact that I do feel like Nintendo might be putting a little too much faith in the console. I mean, why does it matter? You might be asking. Why does it matter if Nintendo is, if they're putting in, faith, into the console? Because the console, after all, has been making, a lot of money for Nintendo. Well, that's the thing, though, is, it's been making them a lot of money, but at this point, it is getting to the point where it is getting to the end of its life cycle, and I feel like Nintendo, there's rumors going around that Nintendo is making a Switch 2. Now, this could also be false, because, let's face it, if you guys go on YouTube and all that, there's all these fake, trailers and stuff of a Mario Galaxy 3 and all that. There's always all these fake trailers that have been going around for an entire decade, and, Mario Galaxy 3 hasn't come out yet. So, it's possible it could be fake, but I don't think this one is fake. I think this one is, in fact, I think it could be real. Either that, or they can make something like it. Like the Wii U, for example. The Wii U is not the same as the Wii. Although it has a Wii menu added onto it. It has different games and stuff on it, and it's got its own menu and music and all that. So it's clearly, different. And I have a feeling the Switch, if they do make a Switch 2, it'll be the same way. My thing is, though, is this is kind of where I'm coming from with, like, you know, the Switch is I have a feeling, you know, that the Switch 2 it may not sell as well as the it may not sell as well as the Switch 1. Now you may be thinking, why would that be? Why would it not sell as well? You know, if it's why would the, you know, Switch 2 not sell as well if the Switch, you know, the original Switch, you know, sold so well? Well, Nintendo has this pattern here. It feels like where they it feels like they they have this pattern here where it feels like they you know, they do really well with one console, and then the next one doesn't sell very well. It's been kind of a trope that's been going on for forever. Like, I don't know if how the, you know, Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 did compared to each other, but I don't know if it actually sold. Like, I don't know if they sold, like, horribly. Well, I don't think they sold horribly because I don't hear people talking about that, but I'm sure the sales probably dunked a little bit with the Super NES compared to the original NES, and then the 64 got better. But then they kind of had a problem with, like, the GameCube. The GameCube did not sell very well. Now, the GameCube, I have no idea why it didn't sell very well. I really don't know why, but I don't know why, but yeah, it didn't sell very well. They only sold like 23 something, like million, units. But then the 64, the Wii, the Nintendo Wii sold, it passed it, way past it, and actually sold really well. It really did. It actually made Nintendo's, it ended off the 2000s very well for Nintendo. Nintendo has sold tons and tons of Wiis. Probably more. They probably would have sold more if it weren't for, some incidents people were having with the Wii remotes and all that flying into the TVs. But then the Wii U did even worse. It did worse than the Wii and the GameCube. The GameCube sold 23 million. The Wii U sold like 10 less than that. So the Wii U did less than that. And the Wii U and the GameCube, although they sold really bad, you have to also talk about how a lot of these are family systems and a lot of people own them, so they did do all right. A lot of people did get to play them, but compared to the Wii and 64 and all that, not as much, unfortunately. It didn't do as well, and then now we have the Switch, which the Switch is doing really well. It's doing really well. It's doing really well compared to it's doing really well compared to its predecessor, the Wii U. In fact, a lot of Wii U games, say what you want, some of the games, I've been hearing are not very, good. They port them to the Switch and actually take away some features the Wii U version had that made them good, really good. But but they do also add stuff to them, and they not only that, unless you count New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, that one doesn't really add anything new, which is why I haven't bought it yet. I haven't bought it yet because I haven't been really interested in buying it because I already own it on the Wii U and all that. And I've been hearing people saying it controls a lot better on the Wii U than the Switch. But my point is a lot of them, they do add stuff to them, and they actually do work really well. So that's something. But, in fact, I've been wanting to get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I have it on the Wii U. but the deluxe version has been adding so much to it that I've been thinking about getting it. I wasn't originally gonna get it because it was just a port to the Wii U, but they've been adding a lot more stuff to it. They had some new stuff, but not a lot. But the thing is though, yeah, it's been selling really well. So you see the pattern here. It seems like Nintendo has a good console that sells very well, and then they have a console that sells not so well. So it's possible the Nintendo Switch 2 could not sell as well. Now I think it could still do well, but compared to the first one, I don't know if it'll do as well. I don't know. Because the thing is, the Switch 2, a lot of its success has come from all the games that's on it. It has a big library of games. It does. I said that it has a big library of games. Probably some of the most compared to other Nintendo consoles. I don't know. Maybe not counting the DS. The DS has a crap ton of games, but it has a lot of games on it, like a lot. Like, he does have a lot of games. They've been making a lot of games for this system here. They still have some coming out this year. But yeah, I don't know if it'll do as well, because that has been a pattern. Now, if it does as bad as the Wii U and the GameCube, that I don't know. Because the Wii U had a problem with the marketing. That's why it didn't do as well. Because I think what happened there is a lot of people thought it was just another Wii U. I mean, another Wii. And that's all it was. When in fact it was a lot more than that. But because Nintendo didn't advertise it very well, and not just that, but they didn't advertise it very well. But a lot of people also already owned a Wii, so they were thinking it was not necessary to get a Wii U. But yeah, the Wii U, though, for what it was pretty good. And that goes for the GameCube too. The GameCube and the Wii U both were really good systems. They just didn't sell very well. And then we have the handheld side too. I haven't really talked about much. We have the Game Boys and the DSs and all that, and the 3DSs. Well, 3DSs are kind of part of the DS system, is what they are. They're part of the DS system. But then you also have the Virtual Boy, yeah, that one was a huge dud. But yeah, I don't think anybody really liked using that thing anyway. But heck, if you go online, they're not selling it for that much, despite it not selling hardly anything at all. I don't know if the Virtual Boy would be counted as a handheld or what. I mean, you technically use a virtual reality goggles, so I guess technically it could be, but I don't know. But yeah, it definitely didn't sell a lot of units, so yeah. But the Game Boys, kind of did this thing too, where they sold a lot of units and all that. Then they kind of they started continuing with the DSs, because the DSs were the next generation of handhelds, and they were doing very well too. But then they started making they made the DSi and the DSi XL, which, by the way, also are, for someone who owns them, are pretty good consoles. Where the Virtual Boy, I've been hearing, is bad. And I actually have to say that because I don't own one. I do own a DSi, and I hear other people who have one have said it's really good. But the DSi is, it did not sell as well as, it didn't sell as well as, Nintendo, DS did. The DS and DS Lite both sold very well. But yes, the Nintendo DSi didn't sell very well, unfortunately. But yeah, it didn't sell as well because, I think people are probably looking at it as just another system. another DS system. So it kind of was in the same fate as the Wii U, but I think what saved it for being an absolute fail is, people, people actually, what saved it is people actually, had it, and they had, the, advertisements for it that were actually decent and all that, but yeah, then the 3DS and all that did well, and then they shut the DSs down. They discontinued them back in 2019, and now we have the Switches. But in my opinion, this might be an unpopular opinion. Yes, this might be an unpopular opinion here, but I think Nintendo shutting down the DSs was a mistake. Now, I'm not saying, I want to clarify here, I'm not saying that they should, have continued the DSs, because I feel like they had a long run and all that, but I feel like what they have done is they shut down the 3DSs and all that to focus more on the Switch. So now the Switch does not have another console, and all that. And you could argue, well, the Switch is technically a handheld, so there's no need for the DSs and 3DSs. That's true. But the problem is like with the Wii U, when the Wii U failed, they had the DSs to help them through. Yeah, they had the DSs. The 3DSs were the ones that, saved them. They saved Nintendo and all that. Because Nintendo was really struggling there with the Wii U and was losing a lot of money. So the 3DS saved them. So it feels like Nintendo does not have they don't have a backup plan. But yes, they don't have a backup plan. It feels like they have too much faith in the Switch and all that, which could be a problem for them when the Switch 2 comes out. Now, the Switch 2 could do very well, but still, I feel like at the same time, I feel like they need a plan. I feel like they need a new generation of handhelds to have a backup plan in case their, main console fails, like the Wii U or the GameCube. Because, again, the GameCube had, the Game Boys, Game Boys / DSs, and then, the Wii U had, the 3DSs, which sold very well. So, yeah, I just feel like, the Switch, like with it being at the end of its life cycle, and, now having the Switch 2 coming out, probably soon, I feel like, Nintendo needs another set of handhelds, or something to back them up, But handhelds are stuff that sells very well. Because one thing the Switch has with it that is a flaw, besides its menu, is unlike the DSs and the Game Boys, you can't really put the Switch in your pocket. You really can't. The Switch is too big. Well, unless you get the Switch Lite, because the Switch Lite was Nintendo's version, to replace the 3DSs and DSs and all that. Which honestly did not do very well. That did not work out for them. Because I don't think it did as well as the actual Switch. Because a lot of people are thinking it's not very worth it. Because it basically, they didn't really add anything new to it. But the thing is though, yeah, the Switch did taken out quite a bit of the Nintendo, consoles. It killed out the Wii U pretty much with the games and all of that, which I still think the Wii U still has a lot going for it, because saying that it's not worth it because of the games, it's like saying the the 64 or the the Wii is not worth it because you can get a lot of that stuff on, you can get a lot of those games on the the Switch shop. That's basically what they're what I feel like. I feel like that's what I'm getting at here and all that. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I do feel like this could be a problem and all that. Not to mention that Nintendo has also shut down the 3DS and the Wii U shops. So the 3DS and Wii U shops are both dead now, and now the online feature is going like right after that. Like, I didn't think this was gonna happen this quick, but it looks like it is. It looks like the Wii U and 3DS online features are shutting down, which is a problem, I feel like, because not only this is like right after the 3DS and Wii U shops closed, which by the way was absolute overwhelming and sucked because as someone who bought out some games and all that, I kind of got screwed over on some other ones and all that because Nintendo decided to pull the plug on some of the stuff early. That's exactly what they're doing with the Wii U and 3DS too. They're starting to pull the plug on some of the online features, and eventually they're gonna shut the features down in a couple months. But yes, in a couple months they're shutting down the online features. And although you can mod this stuff and all that, I don't know if that will work the same as the modding to get games. I don't know if that'll work the same or not. But the fact they did this, like, literally, they announced this literally, right after they closed down the shops. Right after they did this, they announced they were gonna do that. It's just kind of saying how much faith they actually have in the Switch. But like I said, if the Switch 2 doesn't do as well, then the Switch 2 doesn't do as well, then they don't have a way to have a backup plan in case it fails. And you can argue too about like shutting down the shops and all that, and online features. That gets more people wanting to buy the Switch. Well, the thing is though, is that doesn't always mean that more people are gonna buy it too. There's only gonna be so many people that will buy the stuff. Plus, if you think about it, if they actually have kept the shops like open and the online features, and all that, you think that maybe you give Nintendo more money, but nope. No, sadly they're closing them down. They close them down, and now it feels like the online features are next. So yeah, it feels like they just have a lot of, I feel like they do have too much faith in the Switch. I feel like they have way too much faith in it, and I mean the Switch itself is doing very well. But yeah, if you compare it to, I don't know, like, I think people are starting to kind of, realize and all that they're starting to realize the Switch is, at its end of its life cycle, and I feel like Nintendo is like that too. And with the Switch 2 possibly coming out probably here soon, this could be a problem. I don't know though, but yeah, I don't know. I just know that this could be a problem for them in the future. But I don't know. I just know this has kind of been a theme and all that too, where a lot of consoles have been shutting down their stuff. Heck, even Xbox is shutting down their shops on the 360. Yeah, that's happening in June. They're shutting them down. So they're shutting them down, making it really pointless, making it where people can't buy stuff as much. Which is a problem because, those kind of consoles aren't, we're giving them money and all that, and I don't know, but I don't know. I guess you guys can let me know what you guys think about this. Because personally, I don't know. I feel like, again, I get Nintendo is, their Switch is doing very well. It's outsold, I believe, all their systems. And I could be wrong about the DSs. I don't know if it's outsold them yet or not, but I do know that it's sold very well. Like, it's done very well. But I feel like Nintendo could be blinded by its great success. I feel like it's gonna. I feel like what could happen is the new one could not sell as well. But again, it could still sell well. But compared to what the Switch is selling, I don't know if it'll sell as well. And again, if it fails, they have no backup plan right now. So they've got no backup plan. So they're losing. If it does fail, like the Wii U or GameCube, they could be losing money. So I don't know. I do know right now they do have a couple of different versions of the Switch. They do have a couple of different versions. They have a couple of different versions, and and all that. But they haven't really made a new one yet. So I don't know. But again, tell me what you guys think about all of this in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.